Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Only a short one here after the daily candle closed. The previous one was quite long. Important here to understand that, as I said in the previous video, while Bitcoin could still squiggle a little bit higher, it is only really, it will have a difficult time to really break out of this channel. If you take a look at that, it's actually an ascending broadening wedge, and it would take a lot of effort for Bitcoin to rally all the way up to the top of the channel, and above the wave 1 high, which is here around 24,270. So, it's not in such a favorable position like Ethereum. Ethereum could easier, in a more easy way, break out to the upside. It's not that far down in this channel. It hasn't broken down so much because Bitcoin in this move down here came actually below the ideal support area. Yeah, this was the green support, which it should have ideally held to give a high probability or higher probability wave 3. Now it didn't hold. Eventually it did, sort of, because it didn't substantially break below it, and it did hold the channel, but it's not ideal. If these fib levels, because these support areas are based on fibs, if these fib levels break, it reduces the likelihood of still working out. So I still have the yellow count on the chart. That's the bullish count here to the upside. But also the blue count I modified a bit based on latest price action, because the move down counts as a possible 5-wave move. I can count it both ways, interpret it both ways, depending on where I set exactly the lows and the highs. But the blue count can be counted in 5 down. What we are doing now might be a B wave. If you've watched the Ethereum video I've just released, on Ethereum this could be a wave 2 in the bearish interpretation. And this is the next pivot point, between 23,460 and 23,926. Here, if this is a B wave, it would ideally turn around to the downside. This is quite choppy, what's happening here. So it could very well just be a B wave. And we might now, within the B wave, be in the C wave. A B wave has 3 waves, A, B, and C. And the key resistance is this one for a B wave. Now, with a B wave, things are difficult. I would not trade a B wave if I can avoid it. Well, I would not trade a B wave because they can be misleading. They can also overshoot the previous high, which makes it difficult. Now, however, if this is a 5-wave move down, the B wave should not be so strong, which means it should normally not break above the 78.6 fib. If it does, it will put more emphasis on the yellow count again. And this is where we are. It's a difficult range at the moment. I did say it in the Bitcoin video earlier, in the Ethereum video. Had a question, how do you trade Elliott Wave? So a few answers to that. First of all, there is a lot of educational material in the channel membership. We've made live streams. I talked about how you can scale in out of these areas, how they can be used for trading. There are audio lessons that explain what to do and things like that. But in brief, what you would do, because the confusion comes whenever we have a bullish and a bearish count on the chart. Now, saying that there is always a bullish and a bearish interpretation. I don't always call them out because sometimes it just doesn't make sense. When we're in a tight range, the micro counting often is very fragile anyway, that. And in theory, everything can happen. Nobody tries to predict the future, but obviously what we are looking for is ideal wave structures, fib levels, retracements, all based on mathematics, and these can be traded. The key is if you have a bullish and a bearish count, and as we can clearly see at the moment, there is little edge. We are a bit in no man's land at the moment in this channel, so both interpretations are possible. If anybody wants a high probability trade setup, that person wouldn't trade now, in my opinion. Not based on Elliott Wave, not based on fib. There might be some other methods that might give you a better edge, but I've specialized in Elliott Wave. So this doesn't give you a very good edge in a corrective, choppy environment. As I said in the videos, of course, you can trade against channel support. This is a very low risk, high reward setup. And if anybody did that, you are a little bit in profit, right? Because the advantage here was you can set your stop loss below invalidation, below 22.5K, and you could speculate it will go up, but it's not high probability. But the thing is, you don't wait for confirmation, yeah? As the person who asked that question rightly said, you really only know what kind of wave it was after it happened. So do you really wait for confirmation? No, you don't wait for confirmation until you enter a trade. You enter the trade when you are in a low risk position versus high reward. So when you have a decent trade setup where your risk is low and the reward is high, not because you think that you know what the count is. Don't trade the count, trade the pivots, trade the decision areas. We're just about to enter the next decision area. This could make a possible short trade. Possibly, yeah, if anybody wants to trade it. I wouldn't trade it at the moment because it's part of a B wave. Wouldn't really want to do it. But what could be traded is the 1-2 of the C wave, yeah? When the 1-2 has happened, trading the wave 3 within the C wave as a short. But first of all, we need to see, do we react to this resistance area or not? But yeah, sometimes it's when you have a bullish and a bearish count, you might decide not to take a trade at all. And that's the advantage of the Elliott Wave method as well. You know, you need to accept that not every wave or not every situation in the market is tradable with high likelihood, yeah? So if, you know, you don't need to feel the urge to trade every wave. There is not always an edge. There is not always an advantage in the market for you. So that's the purpose. You know, we don't want to make things up here. If there are two counts and both are likely, then the decision might be to maybe trade it, but then be aware of the risk. Have smaller positions maybe, don't use leverage, or don't trade at all and wait for clearer setups, which, you know, is the advantage of this method because it tells us exactly what is possible. So yeah, we are entering the next resistance area, and a break above 23,926 would shift the odds towards a further move up in a third wave. Until then, we need to be watching, do we react and how do we react to this? And let's see how relevant this resistance area is. If we see strong weakness, maybe overnight, tomorrow, then this could lead to a short setup in a C wave down. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.